Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a haul video, a May 2022 haul. I have all the fragrances I planned on getting this month, as well as a few extras, and I'm ready to share them with you. So let's get into the video. Just to recap, the last few months I went a little crazy. Those months were like 30, 35 bottles. I had a lot of stuff added to my collection, a lot of PR. I didn't get that much PR this month, which is totally fine. It's totally fine if I don't get any PR. But this month I have just under 20 bottles. I have like 18, maybe 19 bottles and like a discovery set I'm going to share with you guys. I got some gifts from my mom and also a little bit of free stuff, obviously, to share to review with you guys. So those will be saved to the end. But this month I spent more time and effort adding things to my collection that I have been meaning to add. And if you guys don't know what that means, my New Year's resolution this year was to take a huge chunk off of my must-buy list. I also added my 1000th fragrance bottle to my collection. So we're gonna get into this video. So I'm gonna share with you my bits and my bobs and my bottle. If I have reviews of any of these or if I reference any videos, I will obviously link them below. One thing I did do is I added more Zerjoff to my collection than I anticipated. I'm pretty sure, I have to double check my notes, that I've added every Zerjoff that I can easily get my hands on to my collection. So I've pretty much rounded out my Zerjoff collection. So if I add anything to it, it's probably because I have to get it because it's like an older formulation that I needed to get my hands on, or it was something new that excited me, or it was too good of a deal to pass up. But I added 4 bottles of Zerjoff. 2 of these, if not, no, 3 of these were on my must-buy list, and one of them was one that I was just really interested in and intrigued by. So I purchased it because I found it for a really good deal. Now I try to buy as much of any fragrance for as good as a deal as possible. I did share my favorite gray market sites. I'll link that video below. I talked to you guys about the pros and cons of each of those sites, but all of these were purchased from one of those websites. I don't think I purchased anything particularly for retail price. If I bought it full retail price but used a coupon code, so if I bought it from like say Lucky Scent or from the website specifically, like from the brand's website, but I was given a coupon, I will share those at the end. But anything else, I do utilize like coupon codes and reward points and gray market sites. So I always like to say is you do see a lot of bottles, but a lot of times I am saving a lot of money. So the Zerjoffs that I added that were part of my must-buy list, first is Lua, and this is part of the Shooting Stars collection. This is a beautiful, gorgeous scent that has a delicious, juicy melon note in it. I find this to be really beautiful and completely underappreciated, and I absolutely love it. And one of the other Zerjoff fragrances I added is another underappreciated fragrance from the house of Zerjoff, and it's Memlook. I'm really bad at pronouncing anything, English, you name it. And this is delicious, so delicious. And I really want to go through and share the underappreciated fragrances from this house specifically, because there are so many hyped fragrances from the house of Zerjoff that I feel that scents are completely ignored that deserve much more attention, and these 2 are definitely among them. So I wanted to add these 2 to my list or to my collection, so I'm happy to do that. And the one that I most definitely needed to add is Symphonium. Now this is gorgeous gourmand. It is on the challenging side. I know a lot of people say it's a delicious chocolate orange, it's creamy and beautiful. There is a bit of a challenging note to this, and I find that that's what I love about this, but it's not a safe blind buy. I'm going to be reviewing this either this week or sometime next week because it is something that I love so much. But I find that a lot of people talk about how delicious this is, how sexy this is, how gorgeous it is. But what people don't talk about are the challenging nuances and elements, or not everyone talks about it. And I find that that's what makes this stand out as a must-have for me. That's what sets us apart as something that is worth hundreds of dollars, is that unique, animalic, kind of challenging element that this fragrance has. And I'm gonna get into that when I review it. And I love this scent. Obviously, I purchased the big old bottle of it. So even on sale, it was still very expensive, but those were my must-have Zerjoff fragrances. And I do want to find older bottles, those as well, if I come across them. And the one that I wanted to get because the notes just seemed so cool was Corolla. And the stickers coming off, because I don't like their stickers on these bottles. They don't work too well, but that's just me. This is beautiful. I'm going to be reviewing this very soon as well. I need to wear it a bunch. But I was definitely impressed with this fragrance, especially something really fun and beautiful and flirty for summer. Something a little bit different. So I am really loving this one a lot. So those are the Zerjoff fragrances I added to my collection. I did reach 1,000 bottles. I am in the process of decluttering my collection, actually. I'm not decluttering much. I'm decluttering a lot of my cologne fragrances. I don't wear clones, and I stopped reviewing clones. I haven't reviewed clones in a very long time. There are a few fragrances that I will, if they're like a Baccarat Rouge clone, I'm very confident in that fragrance, so I don't mind reviewing it. But the reason why I'm not going to be reviewing clones is I'm not the best reviewer. I think we all can agree to that. And when it comes to clones, I don't have as much experience. I'm not the best at comparing both of them. And so since it's not a strong point for me and it's not something that I particularly feel I need to do, I don't think my opinion matters with clones. I think there's plenty of other people out there that will give you a much better and more comprehensive review. I've just decided I'm not going to do it, but I can do a pretty good job at sharing my opinions on Baccarat Rouge fragrances. So I'm like, I'm not going to be wearing these fragrances, and most of the clones I have are fragrances I already own the originals of in my collection. So my thought is I will declutter these because I don't need them anymore. I'm not going to wear them. I'm going to wear the originals, maybe pass them off, give them as gifts, you know, sell them or swap them for people who would enjoy them more. But that's still, I'm still at 1,000 bottles. So when I reached 999 bottles over a month ago, I had ordered my 1,000th bottle, and it came in this month. And I talked about it, and it's a Bespoke fragrance from Dominique de Brana. I'll link the video below. And it's Minois and Fleur. And in the video, I still don't know why I named it in France. But it is a night blooming jasmine fragrance that's focusing on different elements and notes to mimic like earthiness and woody. I mean, definitely there's woods in here, but I wanted like cocoa and vanilla to work with jasmine sambac and opapanax and specific sandalwoods and specific woods and everything. I talk forever. I don't want to talk too much about it, but this is a gorgeous fragrance. It's absolutely beautiful. It's exactly what I wanted. And I'm just really happy and impressed with this scent, and it smells so good on the skin. So this is my 1,000th bottle. I do definitely recommend, if you are looking for a bespoke experience and you want something really special, this is a great experience. It is pricey. I do break down the pricing on my last video, this video. You can go to their website. I'll link it below. That is not an affiliate link, not an affiliate link. However, if you are interested in a bespoke fragrance for yourself or a gift, it's definitely worth the investment. It's pricey, but you are getting quality. And I've been very impressed every single time I've done it. This bottle cost me $400, and my first bottle, which is Rue Mysore, cost me, I forget if it was like around $500 or $600. So I mean, like, it's pricey, but I also upgraded to more rare ingredients in each of these. It generally, without rare ingredients, costs 250 euros. So this was something that I was very excited and happy to invest in to kind of commemorate and celebrate way too many bottles of perfume. And I need to get more fragrances off my wish list. There's Lucky Scent has obviously a lot of fragrances. They do sales from time to time, and when I saw that they had a 15% off sale, I decided to finally purchase some fragrances off my must-buy list. Now, two I purchased Ducy de Paris, and I just reviewed Melody de l'Amour. This is a Holy Grail gardenia fragrance, absolutely beautiful. I did a first impressions of this over 5 years ago, and it has been on my must-buy list, and it has topped the charts at my must-buy list for a literal probably at least 2, maybe 3 years at this point. And I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I'm like, you know what, dang nabbit, Kristin, this year you're gonna buy it, and I did. So I purchased this one, Holy Grail fragrance, in my opinion. And I also really, you guys know, I love iris fragrances. I love Splendiris. This is a beautiful, very wearable, very feminine, very fresh, very gorgeous, soft, like a touch of powder scent. I had a sample of this. I loved it viciously. I wore through that sample. I emptied the sample. I tried to take off the top of the sample to try to get to the whatever was left. I loved this scent, so I told myself I was going to buy at least 2 bottles, part of for that sale, and these were the 2 I wanted to start. I definitely want to own the entire collection. I am a fan of her scent. She's also a sweetheart. And I'm gonna mispronounce the name of this because I'm real bad, but this is a fragrance that I'm gonna talk about a little bit, but when I review this, I'm gonna go way more into it. So this is Aquaba. I think that's how you say it. And it's Aquaba from Aquaba, and I believe this is an eau de parfum. Now, this fragrance, I don't know too much about it, so that's kind of like why when I review this, I'm going to do more experience. But you're going to be like, okay, so you don't know much about it. Why did you buy it? So I bought this from the Lucky Scent sale. When I first discovered Lucky Scent, I went on a crazy sample binge buying just spree. I spent hundreds of dollars a month on their samples. I bought like every sample, like anything I could buy. And I would go through and I would decide notes. And I think it was like cinnamon and tuberose or something. And this fragrance kept popping up. And I was like, okay, I'll buy a sample of that. And then a few weeks would go by, and then there would be another note in here that I wanted, and I would forget I'd buy it, and I'd buy it again. And so a few months later, when I had like what felt like hundreds, not hundreds, but felt like hundreds of Lucky Scent samples, I realized I had a dozen of these. So a lot, like almost a travel atomizers. I think I had close to 8 ml of this scent. So this was like $92 before the discount. So I had a lot, and I was like, I'll put it in a decant and I'll spray it. And I wore through that. This is amazing. This is such a good fragrance. It's sexy. A lot of people compare this to opium, but I don't really smell the similarity at all. It's a mature fragrance. It does have that kind of really beautiful spiciness, but it's no. When I do the review, I'm gonna need to do a lot more than just like smell this. This is a scent that I have to research about the brand, because there's a history with this brand that's really, really cool. And I remember researching it when I first was wearing through, because I was going to review this fragrance years ago. I was going to review this fragrance, but I lost my decant and I was like, oh no. And then actually when I moved and I was going through my decants, I found my decant of this recently, like a few weeks ago. And that's what inspired me when the Lucky Scent sample came out. I was like, I really love this fragrance. I was wearing it again and I'm like, I need to buy a bottle of this. So I purchased a bottle of it, and I need to reacquaint myself with the history of the brand and this fragrance, because I remember something really cool about them when I was researching this. And I'm gonna do all that, and I'm gonna share my thoughts with you, because I don't see anybody talking about these scents, and this is a beautiful fragrance. So I'm excited to share this with you. I don't know if anyone else has tried this brand or tried any more scents from them, but this is such a gorgeous scent, and I love it. And actually when I found the decant, there was like 3 ml left. I've worn through it. It's gorgeous. So that was a must buy, but I kind of forgot. It wasn't written on my wish list because I had a pretty decent decant of it. But when I bought all that stuff for Lucky Scent, I'm like, this would have been on my must buy list if I had remembered to write it down. So those are the fragrances that are basically, aside from that one Zerjoff, were on my like knocking off my wish list of need to buy fragrances. These next fragrances were kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I wouldn't say impulse, but like I wanted to buy them. So this first one was from House of Matriarch. I've been wanting to buy this one forever. It's Ex Votos. This is a really beautiful waxy fragrance. I'm going to be reviewing this. She had, I think, a 40 or 50% off sale on this. She always has really fantastic sales, and I've been meaning to buy this. So I purchased it and I love it. It's excellent. So I purchased this. So that was one that I purchased because there was a really good deal on it. And I was like, I'm finally gonna get it. I had to return a whole bunch of stuff from Amazon. So I had some Amazon credit. So I decided to buy 2 more Fragonard fragrances with my Amazon credit because I can't hold on to Amazon credit for some reason. I have to spend it like immediately. So I did 2 more of their kind of Jardin collection, I believe. This is Bigarade Jasmine. Bigarade, I can never say it. I used to call it Big Grande because that I can't say anything. And Heliotrope Gingerbread. These are both beautiful, but this one, ooh, this one's so good. So this one smells like Christmas in a bottle. So these are the 2 fragrances from Fragonard that I added to my collection. I want to get the other ones in this line and just collect as many of these fragrances as possible. They're really wearable, they're really beautiful, they're very special, and they're borderline accessibly priced. They're not super expensive, they're like more affordably priced designer, so like $60 to $90 per bottle for some of them. So not super inexpensive, but not inaccessibly expensive, and these are gorgeous. So I added these, and then when I went grocery shopping, every time I go to Whole Foods, I told myself I might get like a perfume oil maybe. So I went there and I decided to get another Kumba Made, and I got Vanilla Musk. So this one smells really nice. I am going to be reviewing Auric Blends and Kumba Made very soon, separate videos, but that one smelled really nice, and I thought, why not pick it up? And last and not least are from either places like Mercari, Depop, or Ipsy. So Ipsy had a sale on Define Me fragrance, Mulan. They just had the travel, and I reviewed Ariel. The brand actually sent me Ariel. I love that scent, and I love Mulan, and I was excited for this fragrance. So I was initially going to purchase a full bottle of it. I kind of forgot about it, and then on Ipsy I saw the travel size, so I figured I'd pick this up to review it. So I need to wear that a little bit to review for you guys. And then I was on Depop, and the person that, there's a few people that I check for fragrances, and one hasn't posted a fragrance in a very long time, and they posted a fragrance that I've been meaning to buy, and it was from Kilian, and it's Apple Brandy on the Rocks. This fragrance is gorgeous. I've had samples of this and a decant of this. It is beautiful, and this one smells really sexy on the skin. It's very fruity, and I also just like how this works so good in heat and humidity. So I picked this up, and very happy I did because I've been meaning to get this for a bit. So I didn't pass this up. The second I logged on and I saw it there, I ordered it. I was like, okay, I'm buying this from you because I need it. So those are the fragrances that I specifically purchased. And even though I saved a lot of money, I spent a lot of money. But if you're curious about the fragrances that I paid full retail price for, or I paid from a retailer that is not a gray market site, so I utilized coupon codes that the sites offered. Well, first, this one, it's $11. And I would say that judging by the prices on Fragonard's fragrances, these were full retail price. I also would say, even though Christy has exceptionally good deals, and I got an exceptionally good deal, I didn't utilize any discounts other than what she offers on her website for this. And also Minois and Fleur, and all the Ipsy ones, so the Ducitas and the Aquabah. And the Lucky Scent, if you look, Lucky Scent doesn't offer too many sales or discounts, but if you do a little bit of searching, you can sometimes find active like 10% off coupon codes. So I always just say, if you want to save a little bit of money, do a little bit of searching online and you might be able to find coupon codes. I try to do this as much as possible, but I was very happy to save a bit more money on those fragrances. So those are what I spent my money on. Now the next two were gifts. My mom was very generous. I had a kind of a rough few weeks the beginning of this month. Everything seems to be good moving forward, being very happy. I've been kind of on the sick side. I've thankfully lost a bunch of weight. I think currently down like 50 pounds, which is fantastic, but I'm still very sick and trying to be as active and mindful and positive as possible in regards to just my health and mental well-being, chronic illnesses and all that stuff. However, my mom was very nice, and she just came up to me and she's like, I bought you something, it's going to arrive in like a week or two. And she had bought me Neroli vetiver from Grail. Now I reviewed this weeks ago. I actually reviewed her bottle. When I bought The World According to Arthur, she had bought Neroli vetiver. So she had bought this for herself. I had worn it a bunch and loved it and reviewed it for you guys. And I loved it so much I would go into her room and spray it. And she was so sweet. She actually bought me a bottle of this. So my mom bought me this. And sometimes she'll buy things because she likes the notes and it doesn't work on her skin. And so she actually bought a bottle of Anicia Bella from Aqua Allegoria. And this smells nice on her, but she liked the way it smelled on me better. So she gave me and gifted me this bottle as well. So these were two gifts from my mom, which was very generous and sweet of her. And I love them, and I've been wearing them. Last and certainly not least is my PR. Like I've said before, I'm not opposed to getting PR as long as people are upfront and honest and transparent. I also like to share my PR at the end of the video. That way, if you guys do not care about PR, you can click off now because you just saw what I spent my money on or what was given to me as gifts, like from family or for birthdays or, you know, whatever. But the first bit of PR is Good Chemistry was very sweet, and they reached out and they sent me a discovery set of their fragrances, and I think I like Good Chemistry a lot. Their scent Cocoa Blush is actually really, really beautiful. I'm going to be doing an entire video talking about these very accessibly priced brands. Brands like Demeter, brands like Pacifica, brands like Solanotes, brands like Mixbar, brands like Good Chemistry, and I'm going to even have a little giveaway of some of my favorite fragrances or some fantastic fragrances from these brands. That video is coming in the next week or two, and that will be an international giveaway too. I know some people are like, oh, you know, I wish this this giveaway was international. That video that's going to have several different bottles, at least 2 or 3 bottles, that will be an international giveaway. So look forward to that. And I haven't decided if I'm going to save this and have this be part of that giveaway. I might do that. So we'll see. I haven't opened it yet or tried anything, but I might save that for the giveaway because I think that would be nice for people to be able to try an entire line like that. And then Gallagher Fragrances and Pearlescent Parfums sent me their 2 new releases for summer. So Pearlescent Parfums has Sunscape and Mists of Time from Gallagher Perfumes. Gallagher Fragrances. And this name reminds me of Chrono Cross for some reason. Like when I first heard the name, Time Scar, that music just like floated through my head for the longest time. Anyway, this is a beautiful fragrance and I'm in love with Sunscape. But I do need to wear these fragrances a lot more before I can give you like a review on longevity and development. But I was really impressed with both of these when I received them. So humongous thank you to Pearlescent Parfums and Gallagher Fragrances. Daniel Gallagher is a fantastic nose, and again, I love what he does with Mindy and with Pearlescent Parfums. So these are the bottles I got for free as PR to review for you guys. So I'm very excited to wear these and share my thoughts and opinions with you, and they are beautiful scents. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see a review of anything sooner rather than later, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and have a great day, month, year, whatever. And I'll see you next time.